definitely going to use it for the show.
Yeah.
Again, I'll tell you in a second. This morning, we're sitting around and the boss comes in and the boss goes, hey, I got an idea for you guys today. And I'm like, okay. He goes, hypothetically, if the 49ers had the number 1 pick in the draft, do you think they'd take Caleb Williams? And I said, that's
sexy.
Not your question. That was Evan's question.
Yeah.
It was on our show thread last night. I didn't say it was mine.
But the roast didn't use it.
I don't know if the roast used it or not. The point is the boss tried to sell it as his own.
Man, yeah.
And then only until we told him, Evan had that last night on the thread, did he do the Michael Jackson moonwalk.
Great minds think alike.
Wow. Yeah. Hate to see it.
So let me throw that one out there, because it's a way to start a discussion about some other things, too. If you're a 49er fan, and I told you had the number 1 pick in the draft tonight, the number 1 pick, would you take Caleb Williams?
I would not.
If you're John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, what are you doing, 49er fan? If you had the number 1 pick in the draft.
Why would you? When you just went, you were in the Super Bowl. The year before that, you were in the NFC Championship game. You have found a diamond in the rough in Brock Purdy. I keep going to the 2021 draft class. Steiny, I told Willard and Dibbs, I don't know if you heard that. I'm not done with Trey Lance. Like, he's only started 4 games. But to answer your question, I think Brock Purdy is the real deal. And I guess I'm kind of running from Caleb Williams is going to be it. No, he's going to be the next Peyton Manning. So if you got something that's working, why wouldn't you use that number 1 pick on a lineman, a guard or center, what have you? I just wouldn't. I think they've identified their guy, and he's delivered like UPS in regard to a Super Bowl visit and the NFC Championship visit. Like, what more could Brock Purdy do?
Now, I guess...
And I'm being real.
I guess the thing that we have to pass along, too, is with a hypothetical comes some comments, and Sway on the YouTube chat says, that's not even a question. That's
Meaning
not even...
what?
Yes, it is.
No, but is he saying, hell yeah, they would take him?
I think he's saying... I don't know what he's saying. 888-957-9570. Sway, you know it all. Oh, Big Sway, you know it all, apparently. So what are you saying? AB says you don't take Caleb at 1.
No,
I lean no.
You got your guy.
I lean no, but I don't know, man. It's a tough one.
So, well, then what are you saying about Brock?
I mean, what else
does Brock have to do?
Well, it might not be about Brock. It might be about Caleb Williams you think is Patrick Mahomes.
See, I don't.
Well,
and he's got a phenomenal arm. I don't, Steiny. Like, I got to see it.
But what if you did? Like, give me who's a quarterback you were in love with the last?
Zach Wilson.
Forget Zach Wilson. Okay. Forget. Let's do. I like this guy.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck.
Oh,
if Andrew Luck were sitting at the number 1 pick right now, and you're the 49ers, and I get it, Luck's had a career already, but Luck was considered a pretty sure thing. Are you saying that you don't think Caleb Williams is as sure a thing as?
Well,
Luck?
I'm not. No, I guess I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. It's hard to answer that question now that you've seen the success that Brock Purdy has had. That's what I guess I'm saying, partner.
So
I'm all in on Brock, man. Why would you veer away from this? A bird in the hand is better than four in the bush.
Well, I mean, Uncle Looney says, Steiny, what would you do? Relax, Uncle Looney.
See, he's learning.
It's a 4-hour show.
Yeah, but people want to know.
I'm coming down Uncle Looney's road today, too, because we're going to have our own drafts about some things
I can't wait.
today.
Good stuff, Evan.
Yeah, Evan's come up with...
He was on fire last
grab
night.
bags today.
Yeah, Steiny pissed me off, so I channeled it into our show.
I text Pedoni on the side, just me and him.
I don't care.
Because I ran some material yesterday. It didn't work.
It was terrible. Everybody confused, including the listeners. And then I left here thinking, if he was getting what I think he was getting. I had to reach out to Spadone.
He's always there for me.
Yeah.
I'll be there for him tonight.
Right.
Sway, let's go. I need an answer. If the 49ers had the number 1 pick in the draft,
this is a
and
poll
you're the GM,
question.
Would you take Caleb Williams?
This is a poll question.
I mean, my first, you know what they say? You know what Malcolm Gladwell says? The famous writer.
He said a lot of things.
He has, but one of the things he says is the first thing that comes to your mind is usually the right thing. The very first instinct.
I've never heard that.
Your very first instinct. So when Evan put the question up there, My first thing was I wouldn't. And then now I've been thinking about it for a day, and I might change my mind. I might not. I don't know.
See, if I used that logic, I wouldn't have been married.
Well, you couldn't function, essentially, because that's how you function, which is an admirable quality, for sure.
Wow.
Wow.
So my first response was, I don't think I would draft Caleb Williams
because of Brock Purdy.
No, and that's where I want to get into this conversation.
Where do you go to answer that?
888-957-9570. To me, I don't do it. It's less about Brock Purdy than it is about the uncertainty of any quarterback coming out of college.
Well, all right.
That's what it's like. Do I think Brock? If I thought Caleb Williams had a 99% hit rate, I might do it. But the evidence we've seen in the last 5 years or in any draft in the history of the NFL, I'm not doing it. It doesn't mean that I love Purdy. Well, it means that Purdy's good enough right now that I'm going to avoid making that decision as a franchise. Like I don't have to make that decision. We got Purdy right now, so I wouldn't draft a quarterback.
But the rat on the table early.
But it doesn't mean that I think Purdy's Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen.
He doesn't have to be.
We'll see.
Well, he
may have to be in a year.
No, you might be right, but the returns you've got from him so far, Steiny, it's like if you like your car and you're in love with it, let me tell you what you're not doing, Steiny. What? You're not going to the car lot to buy a new one because you're happy with your vehicle.
But what if it's just a run-of-the-mill hoopty?
But you don't think that way of Brock. I think Brock is the poster child for all, and I'm not mad at all these people and these men and women.
Cadillac. He's okay.
No,
what?
He's better than okay. He was a phenom. He was Mr. Irrelevant. All the GMs thought this guy couldn't play except the 49ers. And you draft him, he takes over, and now, Steiny, he has me thinking about all these quarterbacks. Daniels, I don't know. Where's the drop? I don't know. That's where I'm at now. So there's supposed to be 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round tonight. And I'm just telling you, I got PTSD just as a football fan of, I don't know. But I do know this. Mr. Irrelevant took over for the Niners, went damn near 10-0. Wherever.
How was he in the postseason? He's okay. Yeah. He's okay. It's good.
I want to feel like that's not a fair, but he got you to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he was okay. He was okay.
Yeah, but it's not just him, it's the team.
You're right.
But he didn't blow it.
No, but he didn't win it for him either. Caleb Williams might be able to win you games.
Well, we thought that of Justin Fields, and how did that work out? Right.
I didn't. I saw him at Ohio State. I didn't like him.
Well, what about Zach Wilson?
I didn't like him at all.
I'm throwing Dibs under the bus with me.
Yeah, no, I didn't like it. I didn't like any of those guys.
Come on, Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, God.
Clemson.
Stinks.
No, but coming out of college.
Listen, I would have never drafted Trey Lance. I would have never drafted James Wiseman. All right, that's not who I am.
That line's around the corner, though, for that.
No, not at the time. Not at the time. I can't stand projects.
But aren't they really?
Well, I don't know. How much of a finished project is Caleb Williams?
Man.
I don't know. 888-957-9570 is the number. We're talking NFL draft. It starts tonight. 49ers are going to be on the clock. We're estimating that their pick will be at approximately 7:45.
And Evan Sterling.
And you can listen right here.
Go ahead. And Mark Grandy will have the draft show 6 to 10. So they'll be on about an hour and 40.
That's a big college football crew he's hanging with tonight.
Yeah, our guys. I can't wait. I'll be listening. And watching the Lakers.
Why?
Steiny, what was Caleb's most impressive game? Oh, week 3. Just go back and look at the numbers.
See, that's what's scary. It's not about the game. It's about his mannerisms. He can throw the ball, Steiny, but he does some off-script stuff.
You never know with
where it's like, now
you don't like it.
No, the Fran Tarkenton.
Oh, you don't like it.
That was great, but can that work on Sundays?
Yes, it can.
All right.
Against those fat defensive linemen?
Stop it.
Please.
Yeah, they can run.
Please. I tell you what, let's go out to where the draft, it's kind
Detroit.
No.
That's where it's at.
I know it's where it's at, but that's not where the hotbed of the draft is. The hotbed of the draft.
I'm listening.
The city that the draft goes through. The city that runs the draft this year is the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. They have the number one pick and the number 9 pick. Let's go out to Gustavo in Chicago with his finger on the pulse from the place that has the most. What's going on, Gustavo? How you doing, buddy?
Load on me.
How's it going, man? How you guys doing today?
Hey,
Doing well.
Draft day, baby.
Hey, was that a great hypothetical by our producer, Evan Giddings?
Yes. The Caleb Williams question.
Yes.
I think if the 49ers had the number 1 overall pick, they should absolutely take Caleb without even thinking.
So what would your reasoning be behind that?
This is what I'm waiting on.
So my reasoning is completely different than what you guys think. Yes, they have their guy, but the traits are there that make him 10 times better than Purdy. Purdy has a below-average arm that I've seen. His processing isn't as quick as him, and his athleticism isn't as good as Caleb. I personally think Caleb would elevate this 49ers team above and beyond.
Man.
But you got to be honest with us, Steiny. We've given Brock Purdy a passing grade on his legs. He has shown an ability to extend plays. We've seen it in the playoffs, get first downs, that Green Bay drive. So he's not a stiff. We got to put some respect on just Brock Purdy's athleticism. Back me up on that.
I'd give him a 5.
On a scale of a what?
1 to 10.
That's an F.
No, it's average.
That's 50%.
He's an average athlete at the quarterback position. Hey, a tick above.
I'll give him a 7.
Evan, you with me? A tick above.
Not a 5.
Sneaky athleticism is not athleticism.
Thank you.
Wow.
Okay, if Lamar Jackson's a 10.
No, he's 11.
Okay, it's a scale of 1 to 10. You can't do that. This isn't Monty Python.
10.
Okay.
Give me Mahomes.
He's an 8.5, 9.
I want to go with what Evan just said about Mahomes. Sneaky athleticism.
Yeah, he's more than sneaky.
All right.
He's also bigger, but
yeah. I'd give Purdy a 6, maybe.
Josh Allen, where are you putting him at? 8, 9?
I'm giving him a 9.
He's a tank.
Yeah, he is a tank.
Yeah.
He ain't got it all upstairs.
Purdy's dropping down to like a 3 or 4.
Nah.
more athletic than Tua.
I mean, it's like quarterbacking with Festus Ezeli out there. I mean, geez, he barely moves.
I'll tell you what. I just thought of Game 7. Don't bring that up.
How about this, though? Mr. Irrelevant MC, and he's a guy who, on the YouTube chat, every once in a while, I do like to think that I'd want to knock him out. He can be a pain sometimes, Mr. Irrelevant MC.
Yeah.
But this is a fair comment. Purdy's a 10 out of 10 upstairs in terms of his mind.
There you go.
So, yeah, Josh Allen, I'd say, is a 9 or 10. Who else we got?
Dak Prescott?
What about Burrow?
Burrow?
I'll give Burrow a 7, 7.5, 8.
So Burrow's more athletic than Brock Purdy?
I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So quietly, we're coming up with a lot of guys who are better athletes.
Torn ACL, I think.
Okay. What about Justin Herbert?
Oh, yes. God, I give him an 8, 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Dak, Goo?
I'll give Dak pre-injury, pre-ankle.
That's true.
No, right now.
Now he just kind of lumbers.
So is he not as good of an athlete right now as Brock Purdy?
I think I got to say he's better athlete than Brock.